Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Top 10 Exotic Pets Gone Wrong. Wild animals are such incredible creatures that most of us have probably at least dreamed of owning one as a pet at one time or another. The idea of coming home to a tiger or a wolf after work. Here are 10 cases where owner's neglect or the nature of the pet itself ultimately led to a case of exotic pet ownership gone wrong. 10. Child attacked by mountain lion. Amber Michelle Couch, of Odessa, Texas, had already been warned numerous times by authorities over the ownership of her pet mountain lion. Couch had been citied for not keeping the mountain lion's vaccinations up to date. She was also told that not only was the exotic pet's cage too small for its size, but also that the bars keeping the 150-pound cat inside were not close enough together to prevent it from being able to attack anyone who got too close. 9. Woman killed by pet camel. A 60-year-old Australian woman was given the gift of a camel for her 60th birthday, and however strange this may seem as a birthday present. 8. Man killed by African lion. Eastern Illinois resident Al Abel kept a brood of exotic animals on his property, including an African lion. Though normally quite thorough in his handling of his exotic pets, one afternoon while Abel was cleaning the larger pen that his lion normally inhabited, he put the lion in when he entered the larger space. 7. Woman killed by pet viper. A woman who kept a menagerie of reptiles in her home in Cincinnati, some of them venomous and also illegal under Ohio state law, ultimately lost her life when one of the highly poisonous pit vipers she kept as a pet bit her on Labor Day of 2004. After being bitten by the snake, the woman was conscious enough to drive herself to the hospital, where she deteriorated rapidly, ending up in critical condition until she died 3 days later. 6. Woman killed by pet black bear. A Pennsylvania woman, who kept numerous wild animals as pets, including a lion, a tiger and a cougar, among other big cats, as well as a bear, ultimately fell victim to her exotic pet collection in late 2009. 37-year-old Kellyanne Waltz had been licensed to own the animals since 1994, and was extremely experienced in handling them, so her death may prove. 5. Woman killed by wolf dogs. Wolf dogs aren't legal to own everywhere throughout the United States and Canada, but in places where they are legal to own, they are sometimes discouraged. The purity of the animal, its ratio of wolf to dog, is oftentimes not fully known, and because of interbreeding, the behavior of the pet can be highly unpredictable, as Sandra Piovazan sadly found out. 4. Man killed by pet tiger. A Southwold, Ontario, Canada man, Norman Bawalda, was 66 years old when one of his pet tigers mauled him to death. Family members discovered his mutilated body in one of the tiger cages on Bawalda's property, a cage that he entered alone, thus leaving no clue as to why the tiger killed him. Unfortunately for Norman Bawalda. 3. Toddler strangled by python. A Florida couple, Yaron Hare and Charles Darnell, were sentenced to 12 years in prison after their nearly 9-foot Burmese python was found inside the crib of Hare's 2-year-old daughter, where the young girl was strangled to death. While the defendants claimed that the pet had remained docile for the 5 years the snake was in their possession. 2. German man killed by spider. The tale of 30-year-old Mark Voegel of Dortmund, Germany, and his apartment full of insects is so gruesome it is like something out of a horror film. At the very least, it was twisted enough to be featured on the sensational television program 1000 Ways to Die, narrated by Hellboy himself. 1. Woman mauled by friend's chimpanzee. In a tragic case of wrong place wrong time, or at the very least being a little too helpful with her friends, Carla Nash headed over to her friend of 30 years Sandra Harold's house in Stamford, Connecticut to help Harold attempt to get her 200-pound pet chimpanzee back into his cage. At the time, Harold was in her 70s and Nash in her mid-50s. Attempting to physically force a 200-pound domesticated chimpanzee, named Travis, back into his cage seemed a little daunting. Speculation on the difficulty of the task at hand unfortunately proved valid, soon after a 911 call from the Harold residence led paramedics to a scene of horror. Parts of Nash's fingers were strewn across the floor, her face had been severely mauled, and paramedics stated her hands looked as though they were run through a meat grinder. Harold's chilling 911 call further demonstrates the violence at the scene, her panic-stricken voice claiming that her chimp had killed her friend, and that he tore her apart. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel.